Howdy, y'all. I'm Bernard. I am a Six Sigma black belt, supervision for over 20 years. Just got promoted to manager. Pretty happy about that right now. And I would call myself a blue collar AI translator. I help people understand AI for blue collar employees to make sure you're doing real work while AI does the busy work. And today I want to talk about something which is supervision, manager, and director. And I'm bringing this up because we have some interns right now, and we're talking about levels of positions, and they didn't really have a great understanding of what supervision, manager, or directors do. And I want to make sure they know this is three different jobs. And the reason why I want to make sure they knew there was three different jobs, because guess what? I didn't know either. I'm going to give you a little story about it, a little background on me. So I did get my interview, passed it well, and I became a supervisor at my last company. Hi, Edison people who are watching. And really, my training was good luck. You passed the interview, and you are now a supervisor, and we think you do well. They actually gave me some platitudes like, maybe you should read the union book, or maybe you should go take some supervisor classes we have. The classes were few and far between. One of them was really cool about the McCovey method of taking notes and things like that, but nothing directly to tell me what my job was. And so I want to go through this slide deck with you guys to talk about what the difference between a supervisor is, the difference between a manager is, and the difference between a director is. So, like I said before, a lot of people go into this situation, you get the job, you're promoted, and then they just pray you make it work one way or another. Um, I was dropped right on my head to figure it out. It's okay. I took 10 years. First couple years, I was pretty bad at it. Got real better after a few times understanding what my real role was. And to be honest with you, the person who taught me my real role was a guy named Roth. He said, Bernard, when somebody told me what a supervisor was, it was somebody that gets obstacles out of the way, removes obstacles out of their team's way. And I was like, oh, and that clicked for me. That was the thing that I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I need to do to make sure I'm a good supervisor. So let's talk about why, when you don't train people, this is what happens. You got three jobs. Three jobs are supervisor, manager, director, and it's not just one job at different pay grades. It's three different jobs at three different roles, three different goals. And most people out there, if you work in the union side, don't get the proper training to be a good supervisor. And you know what happens? It's a lot of churn that happens at that level. Because if nobody knows their name, if nobody knows their role or their lane, you get a lot of chaos, a lot of burnout, a lot of micromanagement, and that just turns over people, and it's not the best way to do things. So let's talk about these three roles. First, supervisor. Again, a supervisor removes obstacles out of people's way. They will clear the path so the crew can get to work. A direct report needs a little training. Go give it to them. You have a customer problem when you're dealing with something? Get in there and go fight with them side by side. Your person looks tired and not getting what they need to do? Give them a break. You are giving them a chance to do their work unencumbered. You're removing any obstacle that comes in their way because they already know the plan. Why they know the plan? Because the manager did it. What a manager does is build processes and processes. A lot of people didn't know that. Not just a Six Sigma person, but the manager will build a process of processes. And they create what the crews will follow through. They'll create the type of training they have to go through. They'll create the job aids. They will show you how to get the work count. They'll give you the KPIs. That's what a manager does. And FYI, they make sure it's done safely every single time. And then a director, as you can tell, sets the direction. They decide what they're doing, where they're heading, what the goals and what our overarching goal is to build towards. These three are on the same team, vertically integrated, but they have three different lanes of operation. And that's how you make really good management work. So let's talk about it. Here's the simple example I can give to you guys since I am now on Clean Cities. What if you have to pick up trash? At the director level, director's going to say, hey, guys, I need you to pick up about 5 pieces of trash a day. I want you to go street by street to get it done. And I'm going to make sure, and this is what we need to do to keep the city clean. The director sets the what, the tone, what we're going to do. The manager goes, okay, well then I'm going to need a truck. We need to make some routes for these people. And if we're going to count it, how are we going to count it? We should count it by pounds, count it by bags. And how do we do this safely? The manager builds the how. They build the process. Make sure things are getting done. The supervision then goes, oh, okay. You guys let's pick up trash. Okay. Team, here's your bags. Here's your gloves. Here's your trash pickers. And here's where you go dispose of a thing. Here, I want you to go work unencumbered. I want you to kick. But if you need anything else, come let me know so you can make sure your job can get done. Supervisor removes the obstacles they might have had out the way. You know, the top sets it. The middle builds it. The front line clears it. And this is the chain in action. This is good supervision, good management, good direction. Perfect. This is how your job and your company should be ran. Now, if it ain't doing that, this is what happens to you. When a director starts acting like a supervisor, think about it. A director getting paid that money, coming down and telling your team how to do their job better, get out the way. You know, they start handing out trash bags, showing them how to pick up stuff. Who's steering the ship? Who's telling us what to go do? Who's setting our full direction on what has to happen? Man, especially in your crew sees a director guy coming down with those fancy shoes, telling you what to do stuff. Where are we getting our what are we doing our job here? You know, it's really, really bad when you start acting like a supervisor. And if a manager's acting like a director, they keep changing that what instead of building the how. Maybe the manager thinks, you know, no, we don't need to just pick up trash. We need to pick up trash and recyclables, and we need to go out and clean the streets too. No. The manager's outside of his lane. The manager should be figuring out how to do what the director wants us to do. How to make that thing happen. Make sure the crews can do that too. And if the supervisor acts like the manager talking about rewriting processes and things, which, you know, being a Six Sigma black belt, it's on my heart. I love rewriting processes. I love looking at that type of stuff. But if you're rewriting processes where people are working, you're hovering, you're micromanaging. You know, hey, you're not picking that up right. You're not doing that the correct way. You know, here, you need to move over here. Hey, you only got 4.5 pieces of trash today. What's going on? The crews don't think for themselves. They're thinking with you. And that doesn't give them the freedom to do their excellent work possible. Stay in your lane in these roles. When you get promoted to these roles, use these sentences. Supervision, remove obstacles of people away. Manager, build processes and job aids for your team. Director, set the direction for the group. So again, I'm gonna slide ahead. Supervisor clears the path. Manager builds the process. Director sets the direction. Now, if this helped you, first off, thank you. Thank you for listening to it. Follow me for more stuff like this. I'm gonna get on here, put up more fun things, talk about more stuff, and just get out there and let people know and learn lessons and stuff. And thank you, interns, for stroking my mind, for making me think about this stuff. And if you have a story about how you came to supervision and how wacky it was, put it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's have a fun time. Let's have fun with it. And if you are a new supervisor, so please follow this page, follow me. Go to my website, bluecollarAIHQ.com. You can go download the book I have, the translation guide to understanding AI right now. But on top of that, I'm going to start working on supervision packets to help people who are new supervisors be able to understand their KPIs, understand how to document training and things like that, just to help you in this role when you get there. Something that I would have begged for and probably paid for a lot of money when I first got supervision. So, thank you guys for your time, and hope to see you soon.